In the criminal justice system, the people are represented by two separate yet equally important groups. The police who investigate crime and the district attorneys who prosecute the offenders. These are their stories. The year was 2058 on the 31st of January. In the downtown Seattle, UCAS, or UCAS. Under the cover of darkness, a team of Shadowrunners moved through the salad bar. I don't know how the f*** the Salish Day wilderness. Without warning, they are ambushed by unknown forces. The massacre is over quickly, but captured on the tri-vid by one of the slain members cyberized. Okay, I know they supposedly died because they were shot down, but it kinda looks like they died from an anime swishy background overload. The tri-vid was recovered and made national news. Michael, your brother, was the last to die. Spending your last New Year to go to Seattle, you vowed to avenge your brother's death. Landing at SeaTac Airport, you flag a cab to bring you to Michael's last cryptic transaction. Stoker's Motel, located in the Redmond Barrens. This is the intro to one of my most favorite Genesis games ever. Shadowrun. No, not the one from the 360. Who knows what the f*** they were doing with that one. I guess they're trying to appeal to all them kids today with their Call of Battles and their Fields of Duty. Shadowrun is a 1994 action role-playing game made by the same people who made Nightshade. Remember Nightshade? The one game about the, let's not. Your main character is known as Jash, a Shadowrunner looking to avenge his brother's untimely demise. When you start the game, you have 3 classes to choose from. A samurai, a decker, and a shaman. I like how it looks like he's doing a move as you switch through each class. It's like, I kinda like the decker's class because of its speed, but I want to choose the shaman class because its upsides are that certain magics can burn through enemies' armor quite easily. So each class has its own advantages and disadvantages. The samurai class is like the heavy trooper with lots of guns, armor, cyber upgrades, and ammo. But they're typically the slower class. You can probably say these guys are the ones who are more prone to becoming full-blown combat cyborgs. The deckers are the faster class, able to dish out more attacks at a faster succession, and they deal out more damage quicker with lack of powerful defense. They're perfect for using their tech skills to breach through high security areas, like in the infiltration missions. And last but not least, the shaman. Their class deals heavily in strong offensive and defensive magic. You'd think that as a class that is pure human in an entirely cybernetic world would be completely outmatched, but they more than make up for that with their magic. They can enhance their defense with stone skin, make themselves invisible, or make barriers to stop oncoming attackers. And their magic eats through almost any armor, making them definitely a force to be reckoned with, so they're able to keep up with all the, fancy technology. Now don't get too comfortable with them though, because trolls and anyone with thermal optic cyber eyes can see right through invisibility. And this is why I love this game. Everything is almost balanced with each other, so there's no character that can actually become more powerful than the other. When you start the game, you seem to have the very bare minimum of gear, like a gun and some band-aids. Band-aids, right? Because, that's good. Like, I've been shot. Just put a band-aid on it, you'll be fine. The game's called Shadowrun, so why the f*** do I always run around in the open? When you're being chased by enemies, your character seems to slow down, which is a good cue to know that you're about to get into a battle. And the weird thing is that you run fastest when you're going diagonally, which, that's a thing. But I love how slow you move when you're being attacked. It's like, oh god, they're coming. Gotta keep moving. Gotta keep moving. You can make it. Oh my god, there's another one. We're gonna make it out of this. We gotta get... It's pretty brutal when you get cornered without ammo because it's like, oh god. And then when you die, it's so freaking dark. They just leave you there in the dirt. It's just like... As you can see, I've died in two ways. You see, you have a physical health bar and a mental health bar. If your physical health bar goes down, you die. But if you take too much mental damage, you become certifiably insane. One of the cool things about this game is that you can adjust your posture to be more offensive or defensive. Like if you have better armor than you have guns, you could adjust yourself so you take more damage, and vice versa. Adjusting your posture while using magic can allow you to cut down on the amount of drain that will affect your character. See, if you use a really powerful magic spell, you'll suffer a bit of mental drain because of how strong the spell was and how taxing it was on your mental health. But adjusting your posture can lessen the amount of drain on your character to ensure that you won't take any damage to your sanity. As for the game, you play in an open-ended world where the first thing you need to do is get a job. Whoa, hey buddy, you got a little bit of on your. You know, I'm sure it's fine. You know what? I'll just leave it. It ain't my business. It's the future. Whatever. You know. Yeah. Right. Not just any job. A Shadowrun. A good portion of this game is spent doing Shadowruns to obtain new yen, which is like yen, but new yen. Because, well, most of the game is way too expensive to get, so you mostly have to do some serious hardcore farming. Most people find this aspect tedious, and I sometimes do as well. But truthfully, I fucking love farming. I played Harvest Moon. Your runs are classified in different ways. Escorts, infiltrations, retrieval, package delivery, matrix runs are the ones where your Johnson will offer payment for every ghoul you take out. So it's time to hunt some ghouls. No! The game features a karma system which is used to level up your character. You can gain karma by completing runs, fighting enemies, or by going through the occasional random encounter. Or making a certain choice will dictate how the scenario will play out. Just put a band-aid on it, you'll be fine. For its time, the game seriously had some diverse backstories and lore. I mean, you have anti-meta groups, and here's a character whose story is that people got him fired for being a meta-elf, so he moved on to be a Shadowrunner. Like, they have futuristic racism. They even go as far as to explain how elves, orcs, and trolls and dwarves are made. Like, it's creative as fuck. Throughout the game, you start to uncover different clues, allowing you to find out about the people who knew your brother before his untimely demise. And the game is spent tracking them down so our main character Josh can find out about who set up the ambush so he can have his revenge. The hardest part, in my opinion, is navigating through the shamalama ding dong, the fucking salad bar. I mean, it's freaking easy to get lost. You're supposed to find an area called the Sin City, Sinsirach, which is a village of xenophobic warrior elves. But on the way, you discover a small hovel of Amerindians. You find that they're housing your brother's injured friend Stark, who apparently was with your brother on his last run. Which, really? Was he actually there, huh? Yeah? Okay, then which one was he? Was he this guy? Definitely not. I mean, unless Stark gained about 100 pounds. Okay, wait. Was he Mr. Dies from Shot to Foot? No, it can't be, because he's a shaman, and Stark's 98% cyborg, and as we all know, cyborgs can't learn magic. So who is this guy? He was never there. So what the f***? Alright, yep. Oh, go on. Anyway, you save his life by infiltrating this building and stealing the new prototype Cyberheart, making him a full-blown cyborg. Does this have anything to do with the story at all? No, because this guy wasn't anywhere near your brother's final mission, you f***ing liar! After you visit the village of Sinsaraz, futuristic racism, you ask to speak with the elders so you can learn about a character named Frosty. But before you could actually meet her, you're tasked with completing 3 tests in order to speak to her. Now, these 3 tasks are pretty much a walk in the park if you leveled up your stats a bit. There's the test of friendship, the test of fellowship, which is when you have to take a ring to a vault. Where you have to break one of their members out of jail. And once you complete these missions, you're told to seek out the old wise one. He then tells you to do more stuff. Story progression. But at least they're a bit easier. You need to get a gargoyle horn, Pelts from a hellhound, and the final task you have to seek out. Whoa! What? A dragon? A dragon in the future. A futuristic I gotta find a fucking dragon? Here's when the game gets kind of bullshit. I mean, I know they're trying to make the game a bit longer, but you need to navigate through these caves to find a dragon. I mean, the game fully expects you to explore the Salashalababa fully until you stumble across it. But here's how it's supposed to go. We'll start from the sensor route, since it's the easiest. From the gate, you need to follow a dirt path down till it splits. Then you go east, ignoring all the bullshit splits in the road, then you'll cross a bridge. Go southeast, find a cave, go inside, go to the bottom wall of the cave, then keep going right till you see another exit and you go in. Then you go down to the bottom wall, and then you go to the left till you take the next exit. This time, walking straight into the left and to the exit. Repeat the process, walking straight to the left, ignoring all the walking around, but still going until you heal up and find the next exit. Like, how the f*** are you supposed to figure all that out? How? How on earth would anyone have figured that out? But some people did figure it out, and they made walkthroughs. So let's take a moment to thank these people. Now you face a typical strike team battle, and okay, I really dig this future slang. Slot this operation all a drek? Like, alright. Okay, so you help the dragon, and you want to be honest to him, because, you know, I don't think pissing off a dragon is a good idea unless you want this to happen. And he chooses to bind with you. Like, what, dude? That's f***ing cool as shit. Like a future dragon, and your friend, like, having a dragon in the future. That's awesome. Now you could be like, hey, I know you killed my brother, so I brought a f***ing dragon to murderize you. Anyway, after all that, you still need to backtrack everything all over again. Isn't this fun? At least you know the way, right? Right? Ah, damn it. You know what? After you complete the ritual, you're shown an awesome still cutscene where you then find out the name of your true enemy, the Great Fawn. So now you've found out that your brother's killer, Thon, is actually a summoned ethereal spirit whose master was killed. So he basically roams the earth gathering magical relics and absorbing their power to keep himself strong. And it also turns out that Thon has linked himself to you and has been the cause of all the bad things thus far. You took the Rule 63 version of Harley Quinn about your exploits, and I'll tell you where to seek out the last piece of the map, which is actually surprising to get. Once you have it, it reveals the location of the tomb in which Thon awaits. So he tells you that now it is time to face the mighty Thon. But hold your horses! What? More waiting! You must assemble a great team of Shadowrunners strong enough for the job. You need the A-Team. After you tear through the temple, it's time to face your brother's killer. The final holy shit! What the hell is that? His true form is too powerful to defeat on your own, so the council gathers together to weaken Ganon enough for you to vanquish him with the Master Sword. And Jesus Christ is he strong! He doesn't attack often, but when he does, it packs a hell of a hit. I mean, honestly, there's not much of a final battle. I mean, I really don't know what I was expecting. But oh yeah, remember that dragon thing? Oh yeah, dragon time! And the boss battle is kind of underwhelming. It's sort of beaten through a cutscene, not by you, but by a member of the NCR. Yeah, where the hell were you jerks at the whole time? Like, I didn't feel like I was actually fighting him. I felt more like I was sort of surviving a cutscene. And you beat the game and you're treated to some neat old tribal music, which compared to the rest of the game is kind of a weak note. Kinda makes you feel like the game was a bit rushed. It's like something else you're watching right now, am I right? But holy shit, that was Shadowrun, and I guess there's something going on with the dots there. It's like the writer was falling asleep as he was putting in those final notes. Now this is literally the first time I've ever beat this game, and I gotta say I kind of deeply enjoyed playing it. It has a diverse story with creative characters, entertaining gameplay, and I was immensely invested in it. I mean, some of the farming was a bit annoying, but it mostly served to prepare you for the actual main storyline. you know, the runs and all that. So all in all, I had tons of fun with it. I really felt a ton of satisfaction when I was making progress, putting the clues together like some sort of detective. I kept wanting to find out more and more as I went on, so it was really engaging. Though the final payoff wasn't exactly good, maybe even a bit rushed, it was still awesome to finally beat it. So if I was given a choice of trashing or treasuring it, I'd definitely treasure it, no doubt about it. Awesome game, awesome story, awesome gameplay, and one of the most creative games I've played on the Sega. But at the end of the day, when all is said and done, it's just an opinion. Thanks for watching. Hey again, I really hope you enjoyed this review. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Check us out on Facebook and follow me on Twitter. Oh, and I did other reviews too. You should check those out as well. Is that it? Yeah. See you next time.